Oh, hey, what time is it? It's 1 o'clock. Oh my goodness, that means it's time for Fun at 1 with me, Professor Gerding. Please, give me your comments, give me your questions, give me your concerns. We're going to continue playing Wolf Among Us today. We're entering in Chapter 3. I didn't have a single person say, hey, let's play something else besides Wolf Among Us. No, I believe all of us are invested. We want to find out who this murderer is, and right now it looks like it's Ichabod Crane. That's who it looks like, because we've been investigating a possible serial killer who's been decapitating women. Yes, the women that have been decapitated so far have been Faith, who is filling in for Lily, who is dressed as, or glamored, I should say, as Snow White. So let's get this right. So Lily is this troll that uses glamour to look like a human that looks like Snow White. Yes. And then filling in for Lily was Faith. Faith gets her head chopped off. Then the next day, Lily gets her head chopped off. And now we're worried that Snow White's going to get her head chopped off. We found what we believe is the scene of the murder, which was the seedy hotel next to the Pudding and Pie strip club where there was a brothel taking place, and we went into the room that was locked and there was blood everywhere. But most incriminating evidence was a photograph of Ichabod Crane in bed with what looked like the glamored version of Lily. Oh, and we're in day 8. I need to fix this. I forgot to change. Up there it says day 7 instead of day 8. We're in day 8 of this. I'm excited. Ruben's with us. Ruben, tuning in from Belgium. So glad you're here, Ruben. I think you've already played this, but are you ready? Are you ready, sir? Because I certainly am, to play some Wolf Among Us. Chapter 3. I'm excited. You know, I just gave you a catch-up, and I realized I didn't need to, because what it does is when you start a new chapter, gives you a recap anyway. So, let's do chapter 3 and see the recap. Ruben's ready. How are you all doing? Keep in mind, this is a mature game for people of 17 years of age or older. If you're offended by any violence, etc., we got nudity here. We've got a lot of tobacco use, as you can already see, because Big B, that's us, Big B, we smoke. Don't worry though, I will still check the comments. You can also email me if you're a student and you have any questions. Please, if you need to get a hold of me, especially if you're my student, please do so. Let's play this game already. How? Episode 2? We're going to episode 3. Oh, you know what? That stinks. It wants us to continue episode 2 because I exited out before we saw the end credits for episode 2 because it was giving us previews of next time, which stinks. So I should have done this off the air. I'm so sorry. Where's it taking me, by the way?
Shit!
Is it really rewinding it? Is it gonna make us do this whole thing? How's our volume, by the way?
Big B.
Look what you did to the door! You can't just act like this whenever
Stand back!
Can
You
hear it.
don't want to see this.
We may want to just exit and start chapter 3, even though it said continue here.
Beauty,
Shoot, yeah, it's
stay
making
in
us
the hall.
redo this. Bummer!
Why?
Bummer.
What's
I
going
shouldn't
on?
have just shut the game down. I should have let it run through all of the
touch
coming up next time.
Is this?
Lily met her client.
It's, what happens if I hit escape? Let's, exit game, main menu. I'm worried it won't save our progress into chapter 3 though. I may have boofed this. I may have stumbled over this whole thing. So let's go to play. And if we go to chapter 3, is it gonna say warning?
Our stories used to be so simple.
Oh well, cross our
We
fingers,
had
let's
a
hope.
Beginning, a
Let's
middle,
hope.
and an end.
Game
But ever
volume's too
since
loud?
we
You
left
got it,
this
Ruben.
awful city.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna keep our decisions or not. So, you know what I'm gonna have to do? This is what I'm gonna do for you, the audience. Since this is Thursday and the last day of the week for Fun at 1, because we don't have fun on Fridays. Fridays are fun enough without needing Fun at 1. Everyone's already naturally so excited about Fridays. But what I'll do is, between the end of today And Monday's episode is I'll go back, I'll finish chapter 2, play chapter 3 with all the decisions we made, and get to where we are after today. I'll do that for you. It's my mission. That way it saves all of our decisions. Okay, let's get back into it. Oh wait, did I turn it down? I think I turned it down. Turned it down a little bit more. Boop, boop. Turned it down a little bit more. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let me know if the game's too loud, Ruben.
Everything's gotten so confused.
Look, I didn't kill anyone.
And I'm supposed to just believe you. Snow.
Snow's still alive. My goodness.
I just want you to be careful. I almost lost you once, and...
I'm not yours to lose. I'm not going to be an errand girl for Crane anymore.
She looks like Holly.
It's not Holly, it's her sister Lily.
It's her sister Lily. Yeah.
She was hooking to pay down debt. Eventually, the only people she owed were at her work. You know, that shithole club, the Puddin' and Pie.
My name is Nerissa.
Well, Nerissa, I've got some questions.
And Nerissa,
Open arms.
you're on the suspect list. Because we only have like 10 characters in this game, so.
What is it?
My guess is that Ichabod
It's Crane.
is a perv, but maybe not guilty, because they're laying it on pretty thick with Ichabod right now, and this is only chapter 3 of 5. So we're picking it up where we left off. Going back to the hotel room, covered in blood.
That fucking creep. Spineless little fucking rat.
Crane? Ugh.
All the
God,
options were
you
anger.
think you know a person. Bigby, you have to tell her.
Casey,
I know.
you've missed nothing. We just started.
What's going on? What did you find up there?
What did we find up there? Well, do we say Crane is the killer? I need to find Snow. Not now, Beast. I think we need to find Snow White. That's our main objective, because Snow White is in danger. She's working with that creep Crane, who likes to fool around with individuals that look like Snow White. But we don't know if he's guilty. We just know he's been covering up evidence, hiding stuff. So he could just be in this awkward thing like, I look guilty of sin, but it wasn't me. So we need to figure this out.
You know, other than the...
I just need to find Snow.
Why? What's going on?
Shit!
Crane's been... Whoa, Bigby, calm down. Everything's going to be fine, okay?
Oh man, we tried picking up the payphone and it wasn't working, so we slammed it. We need to find Snow. Beauty tells us everything's gonna be fine as she stands next to Beast. We're down in the lobby of the seedy hotel. Do we say Snow's in danger? I need to tell Snow. Crane might be following her. We're gonna say Snow's in danger, is what I think, because she is. So
Hey, it's going to be fine.
all these options are
Will
pretty much
someone
the same.
please explain this to me?
That perverted little fucker might be after Snow. I need to find her right now.
Okay, it's going to be okay. Where did you see her last? Did she say where she was going?
She took Holly to the business office to prepare for the funeral.
Lily's funeral?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I was just at the Trip Trap, and I heard Gren telling some folks about a funeral at the Buckingham Bridge.
Trap? Are you drinking?
When?
Right now. They were on their way out.
Uh-oh, sounds like Beast is an alcoholic.
Bigby!
We
Wait.
walk out of the hotel. Beauty follows us. We're in the streets. Sidewalk rally.
What?
Snow's been through a lot. There are things she doesn't talk about. Just please.
Just please be sensitive. Please be what? What do you mean? I have to go. I know. I'm gonna ask her what she means, because what the heck?
Be careful
What do you mean?
when you tell her. And you should tell her. But
What are you trying to say?
you know how you felt when you saw that picture?
The picture of
Well, it's
Ichabod
going
Crane
to
with
be
Snow.
much worse for her. Just remember that.
I think Beauty was just saying, keep in mind that Snow's a victim here and we should tread lightly and be sensitive. We're now at the Buckingham Bridge, 10:28 p.m., where the funeral for Lily is supposed to be taking place. We get out of a cab that has just dropped us off there. There's a boarded up fence that says, "Notice, no public beyond this place." We remove one of the barriers slightly. We walk through. It's an area of construction by the bridge. We're now in walking mode. There's candles lit all over the place. We hear voices in the distance.
Lily had many friends, but
We're walking through. There's candles lit on cinder blocks. We're by a porta potty. It's just a construction area under the bridge. In the distance, we see people gathered.
Cared for.
Snow's leading a procession. She looks at us and shakes her head.
Offend you.
So do we interrupt her? Sorry, this is important. We have to go, or do we not interrupt? What do? Do we wave her over? Do we say, sorry, this isn't important? Do we actually say, we have to go right now? Or do we not interrupt? Well, we know she's safe right now, so my vote is we don't interrupt the funeral, because that's a rude, and there's already some tension amongst us and, for lack of a better term, the seedier citizens of Fabletown. So, I say don't interrupt. But what do you say? Anyone disagree? Do you agree? What do you think? Ruben Casey, I know you're here, so I need some guidance. Because waving her over would be a nice kind of in-between thing, because we're not really interrupting. It's just a visual way of letting Snow know, like, we need to talk. Hey, come over here. Ruben says, going with my vote. Don't interrupt. Thank you, Ruben.
By claiming one day that the pain of losing Lily will ever subside. I know as well as you that it will never subside.
But we're able to look
But
around
I also
more.
know that the memory of Lily will sustain as well.
We have
And it
something
will,
at somewhat
in
like an
time,
altar, an offering
Equal
table.
in
We're going to look at
strength
it.
to our mourning her loss.
It has
And it is
Billy
in that
Goat
spirit that
liquor
I'd like
on
to
this
talk
table.
about what you've all
We're going to
been
look at
so
the Billy
grateful
Goat
to share with me.
liquor.
Your memories of her.
We pick it up.
How she could be
It's a rye
stubborn
whiskey.
and patient.
Don't know if that's going to be important
rash
later
and
on.
thoughtful.
There's some
she
type
carried a
of
torch for the old
helmet
ways,
on the altar
for
as well
tradition,
that has ram-like horns protruding
pageantry.
from it, almost like a
And
Viking
most of
helmet.
all, it
Maybe
seems
that's
how
something of Lily's. We're
Lily
going to look at a
loved-
card.
dearly loved her friends and family.
The card says,
I'll
I miss
miss
worrying
worrying
about
about
you.
In
I'll
good
miss our
times and
fights.
bad.
I'll
I
miss
never
you.
met Lily, but
Holly.
from
Oh, Bigby, thank
what
you for
I've
reading the
been
card
told,
for us. That way I didn't
I
have to
know
for
in my
Casey's
heart
benefit. There's another
she
card
would have
next to
liked to
that
be
one
here
on the
tonight.
table.
And
Gonna read
now
the
we'll
second of
have
three
our
Now
cards.
you will never
Moment
die
of
from
silence.
indifference
Thank
or
you.
lead a tedious life. Goodbye, sweetheart. Thanks for everything. Vivian.
I don't know who Vivian is, but she wrote Lily a card. And there's third and last card on the altar.
You were a big, bright, shining star in this shithole of a town. And I miss you already. Gren.
Bigby, is everything okay?
No, not you.
Holly, it's...
He wasn't fucking invited.
Holly, wait.
Yeah,
He
I
has no
feel like
right
we
to
would have
be
been more
here.
invited.
Not after what he did.
Yeah, shoot. This stinks because we worked really hard to win Holly over, and now Holly is getting up with her arms crossed, saying that we're not invited. And that stinks, because last we left off in Chapter 2, with our smooth negotiating, we kind of won Holly over by empathizing with her, not getting angry, just totally being a sympathizer for her. So, we're just going to say, Holly, I'm sorry. See if we can win her back from Chapter 2. Dang it! It's games and glitches. But mental note, make sure I don't exit out of the game. I got to let it do its whole next time and wolf among us. Blah. Holly, I'm sorry. Sorry I'm interrupting your funeral.
Holly,
Your sister.
I'm sorry, but I had to come.
You throw my sister down the witching well, and you have the nerve to show your face here? After you lie? After you promise me?
What's she talking about?
Holly, wait. That was Crane. Just Crane. He disposed of Lily's body before Bigby could do anything about it.
Whoa! Yeah, because we
I'm telling you the truth.
gave her the
Don't
body.
cover for him.
But this genuinely...
Yeah, that's crazy. Because also, our decision last episode was let Snow give Holly the Lily's body. That's absolutely. Sorry, I didn't know. Or Kane's a prick. Or Crane's a prick. What do we say? Do we say that's not important now? I don't think so. We need to go down this empathy route. We need to We need to get Holly back on her side. So, sorry, I didn't know that Crane had done that. Or do we just say Crane's a prick? Throw Crane under the bus? Or do we just speak from our own point of view and say, sorry, I didn't know? Or we could remain silent. Yeah. Ruben says, yeah, Holly's pissed because we promised her the body and the body's not there. But Ruben says that he's pretty sure our progress and decisions were saved. Okay, that's good. I appreciate your reassurance. All right, because I'm feeling a little jaded here. So let's go with, sorry, I didn't know then.
It wasn't his fault.
You can't tell me Bigby gives a shit about this.
I'm sorry, Holly. I didn't know he put her down the witching well.
Bigby cares, Holly. He's trying to help.
It's true,
and I'm
Holly.
sure he has a very good reason for being here. But this one isn't on him.
Why are you here?
Why are you here anyway? Do we say, I think I know who murdered your sister? Meaning that we're basically going to start a mob inciting violence, because the natural follow-up, if we say, I think who murdered your sister, everyone's going to say, well, who was it? Tell us if you think you know. And then we're going to have to say, like, sorry, police business. And then they're going to be pissed at us all over again. Like, it's like one of those classic moves where, hey, I've got a secret, but I can't tell you because it's a secret. And then it wouldn't be a secret. Then why did you even say you have a secret? Just shut up. So I don't think we say that. We say, I'm here to talk to Snow. That's really why we're here. What do we say? To pay my respects? Well, that's kind of a lie. We're not here to pay our respects. We didn't even know about the funeral until we were looking for Snow. So I'm leaning towards I'm here to talk to Snow. What do you all think? Any decisions on your part? Do we say I'm here to talk to Snow? Pay our respects? Or I think I know who murdered your sister. Do we want a mob to go after Ichabod at this point? I don't know. Well, if I don't get an answer from any of you in 5 seconds, I'm going to go and say I'm here to talk to Snow. Casey says, I kind of think the first one. The first one being, I think I know who murdered your sister. Versus, I'm here to talk to Snow, or I'm here to pay my respects. All right, well, Casey, unfortunately, I'm not sure if that's specific enough, because maybe that wasn't the first one I mentioned. We're going with, I'm here to talk to Snow.
Anyway.
Let's find out.
And don't say it's because you care about this.
Everything okay?
I'm here to talk to Snow.
Oh, really?
Yes, Holly, this is serious.
Okay, look. Bigby and I are going to have a little chat far away from the ceremony, all right?
Oh, I get it. She's a troll and the ceremony's under the
Holly,
bridge.
I know how this must...
No, you don't
Just- I
know
just
how
got
this
that.
must feel. You have no idea. Don't fuck anything up. Don't bother anybody. And when the first sign of trouble comes, and it will come because you're a goddamn walking trap for it, I want you the fuck out of here.
I want you out of here. Okay, you got it. You got it. I'm just here for Snow. Of course. So our
You
options.
hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. You won't even know I'm here.
Let's just continue, okay?
I don't know
This
who
is
this
such
blonde woman
total
is that's
fucking
touching
bullshit.
Holly. We
Let's
see
go, Holly.
Ariel, the mermaid there,
It's your turn to talk.
and some short-haired blonde woman with a purple ribbon around her neck. I believe she was the person that we bumped into outside of the club. I don't remember. Gren's there. They all go back towards the procession.
This better be wildly important. It's been hard enough making a connection.
What do we tell her? Do we say Lily was Crane's prostitute, Crane's obsessed with you, or Crane murdered Lily? I like to not throw accusations around willy-nilly. The blonde one is Vivian, the one from the pudding and pie. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you for reminding me of that, I should say. All right, so we're going to say Crane murdered Lily, because the options are Crane murdered Lily, Crane's obsessed with you, or Lily was Crane's prostitute. And I think we should say Lily was Crane's prostitute, rather, because that's just the facts. We don't know if Crane murdered Lily, although it looks that way. And we don't necessarily know if Crane's obsessed with you, although it very much looks that way. So we have factual, then we have assumption, and then a stronger assumption. So I'm going to go with the neutral facts and say Lily was Crane's prostitute. Because that,
With these people,
we do know.
when you pull this kind of stuff, it just resets the clock.
Lily was Crane's prostitute. I followed a lead to this shithole motel, the Open Arms.
Open Arms.
Crane had a room there, and he's been taking prostitutes, or at the very least Lily, and making her look like you while he was, you know.
This is... I don't even know what to say right now. I really don't. I'm just trying.
All right, so she's freaked out. Do we say, I'm sorry, Snow? Do we say, I thought you were in danger? Or do we say, we should leave? Well, here's the funny thing. Just because we know it was Ichabod doesn't increase the fact that she's in more danger than she already was. We already knew she was in danger from the get-go. We knew that someone was killing Snow White look-alike. And so that already was uh-oh. And so the only thing that's changed is now we know that Ichabod was having sex with Lily, who was looking like Snow White at the time, on a bed that is now a murder scene. That's what we know. Casey says, I thought you were in danger, so we're going to do that.
Everything I can right now to not picture it.
I thought that Crane might be looking for you. I thought you might be in trouble.
You're sure this is what happened? This is what he's been doing? Because please, Bigby.
Because please, Bigby, don't confuse the situation. Do we show Snow White the picture? Do we ask her, don't you trust me? Or do we say Crane took photos? Well, to be honest, we don't know if Crane took the photo because it didn't have a selfie type angle. We didn't see his arm reaching out to the camera in the photo. It looked like it was taken by the nightstand because it was almost beginning of an establishing shot of just the bed with Crane beside Snow. It could have been someone standing beside the bed because Crane's hands, and not to get lewd here, were kind of busy, so he wasn't the one holding the camera. So I don't know if Crane took the photos, even though that's what Ruben's telling me to say. If we show Snow the illicit photo, that's pretty graphic and would be very upsetting to her. Here's what I believe. I don't believe people should be information averse, even though it's traumatizing. So we could say, yes, this is going to be upsetting, but here's what we know, and we can show her the picture. I'm saying show her the picture. It's going to be brutal for her, but at the same time, situations reverse. That's what Bigby would want. Bigby would want to know, like, yeah, show me all the evidence you have. Don't coddle me. It's almost insulting in that way. So yeah, we give her the warning, like, hey, this could be bad. I don't know. Crane took photos, or show her the pic. Ruben says Crane took photos. Casey says show her the pic. I don't know. We could tell her Crane took the photos and ask, like, do you want to see the photo? And then we can show her. That's what I would do. I would split the difference. In real life, that's what I would say. I would say, hey, there's photos. Do you want to see the photos? It's upsetting, but you can look at them if you want to. Give her the option. So we'll go with that one. So we'll go with Casey in this case.
Don't confuse things.
I've changed my mind.
Opposing
We're going to
Crane
show her
would
the
be
photo
the
because
next
we don't
step.
know if Crane took the photo.
You took a cab here, right?
Yeah.
I'll drive.
Snow,
Narissa? What is it?
I'm sorry, but Holly's asking for you.
Are they starting the burn?
Yes. Everyone who spoke should really be present for this part. She's kind of distraught. You're not leaving yet, are you?
2 minutes. I don't mean to be,
All right. Do we give Snow the 2 minutes? Do we say we need to go now? We should go? Do we ask, are you okay? So there's 3 options there. We should go is not on the table. We're not going to say we should go because we don't want to crap all over the funeral more than we already have. Do we say take your time and just let her do her thing? I know we're not really in a hurry. Or do we go the extra mile and ask her if she's okay? What do we think? Ruben says we should go. And he's saying, because Ruben says we should hurry this up. No, I don't want to crap on the funeral, because as long as we know where Snow White is and she's in our line of sight, then we've got bait on our hands. And not to be callous, but the truth is, if this killer is after Snow, the best place we could be is wherever Snow is. So I'm torn between are you okay and take your time. Casey says give her the 2 minutes. We're definitely giving her the 2 minutes. But do we check in with her? We'll say take your time. That way it sounds really good to... Why can't I remember her name? It's Verissa? I've never met a Verissa before. All right, but we're going to say take your time.
No, I understand. It's just that something's come up.
No, I get it. Take your time.
It won't take long.
All right, she walks away. Verissa looks concerned.
How'd it go?
Verissa turns and looks at us.
At the motel. Did you find anything?
All right, so Verissa's asking us if we found anything. But remember, Verissa's not in the clear yet. She could be sus. She could be someone who's insanely jealous of Snow. Or maybe she has it in for Ichabod Crane and wants Ichabod Crane to be framed for murder the best she can, and has been following Ichabod's movements, trying to make him look like a murderer was there. So, what do we say? Say Lily was killed there? Do we say it was Crane's room? Or do we say, yeah, thanks? I think we just give her as little information as possible and say, yeah, thanks. Like Ruben says. Ruben says, yeah, thanks. She did give us the clues. She's the one who gave us the keys and the appointment that led us to it. But again, she could be leading us down some breadcrumb trail so that we can convict the wrong person. I'm not discounting anyone. Everybody is sus. Everybody's sus. Even Snow White herself is still sus. Even in some crazy plot twist, we could be sus. If we're having some type of fugue state episodes where we don't even know, but we ourselves are it. Everyone's sus in this video game. I trust nobody. Yeah, thanks.
No?
I did. It helped a lot. Thanks.
Nerissa!
Yeah, coming.
They call Verissa over. She walks over. There's Holly, Snow, Vivian.
Constable.
Oh, we've got a shotgun in our back.
Now, girl. You know how this goes. The first thing in a visit, you say, howdy.
All right, the Tweedles are behind us. One of them is shoving a shotgun in our back. So we can either ask, what are you doing here? We can say, you're about to regret this. Or do we say, now is not the time, or remain silent? Now this is exactly what Holly predicted. She said, trouble follows you everywhere. So when trouble happens, you need to get lost. The issue is, we don't want to lose sight of Snow, because there's someone trying to decapitate her out there, potentially. Potentially. So what do? If we're true to our word, we try to keep this as quiet as possible. So I'm all about saying now's not the time. Instead of asking them, what are you doing here? You're about to regret this. It's just throwing down and getting ready to go into wolf mode. Next thing you know, there's a whole kerfuffle. We're interrupting the funeral. Casey says we should say, you're about to regret this. So Casey wants us to go into wolf mode. Casey, I know you personally, and I think you've got a taste for the violence. And I think we should try to teach you in this game and in life not to have the bloodlust so much, Casey. You should turn the cheek when you can and embrace empathy and love for your fellow humans, or fables in this case. We're going to say now is not the time, Casey. I'm so sorry. I don't want to start a fight.
That way, it's proper.
Now is really not the time for whatever you Jergovs are planning to do.
Well, isn't that the thing of it? Plans. Except it isn't our plans you should be concerning yourself with. We'll snip to the chase for all sakes. A little bird told us that you're fitting to go after Crane. And you see, we have an interest in that particular boy. So you leave Crane alone, and we'll leave you alone. Just take a little vacation is
Just take a little vacation is all we're saying. So do we say F off? Twins? Tweedles? Do we say don't do this here? Or do we ask him if they work for Crane? I don't think they work for Crane. It sounds like that would be too convenient. I think they may be working for a third party that's watching Crane. Maybe they're going to kill Crane. I don't know. We don't know necessarily that they work for Crane. We could ask them, do you work for Crane? Ruben says don't do this here. I agree, Ruben. Let's say don't do this here.
cool. Don't even have to go anywhere.
Don't do
Just
this here.
sit in your office and whistle to heaven for a few short days.
You're trying to pull this shit at a funeral? We can deal with this later.
No, not later. Later's too late. Right now.
Holly's
So
looking
what's it
at
gonna
us.
be? We have a deal? You leave Crane alone, and we leave you to yours?
Okay. Looks like Holly's going to start walking her way over here. She is. Holly's on her way over here. She's looking pissed because we're interrupting the funeral because Tweedledee and Tweedledum are here. Do we say, you think I'm scared? Do we say, fine, it's a deal? Or do we say, just don't hurt anyone? Here's the thing. Legally speaking, anything you agree to while under threat of life isn't contractually binding. For instance, we could say, yeah, fine, deal. You got it. You totally okay. Acceptable. You got it. And as soon as they walk away and don't have the shotgun to our back anymore, we could totally ignore what we agreed to because we just don't want them to pull the trigger. Ruben says, I feel sorry for Holly. I feel sorry for Holly too, Ruben. Casey says she doesn't like any of this. Yeah, I don't like this. This is a really awkward situation we've been placed into, and Holly's walking right this way. So I think the quickest way to shut him up is say, fine, it's a deal, and then we get our bloodlust going for the Tweedles. Don't interrupt the funeral. Say, fine, it's a deal.
Brother, speak your mind. Fastly now.
Yeah, fine. I'll leave Crane alone. Just get out of here.
Pleasure to hear it.
Ladies, gentlemen, invertebrates, please, rest easy. This is not...
What the hell is going on?
What's happening?
Very sorry to impose, but we only had a deal to work out with Bigby. And we're happy to report that everything went smoothly. So if you'll just allow us to get out of your hair...
Bigby, what is he talking about?
Never you mind that.
Well, they've already interrupted the funeral, so that is exactly what I didn't want you to do, Tweedles! I didn't want you to interrupt the funeral, but instead you made some big announcement. So we either say it's about Crane, D, time to leave, or D, stop this shit. Man, this is not good. Why did you interrupt? Now everyone's there. Grendel's there. Vivian's there. Varissa's there. Snow's there. Everyone's looking at us pissed with the two Tweedles behind us with a shotgun. And this is really bizarre. Like, hey, we just had a deal and he totally agreed to it. What idiot thinks that a shotgun to the back is a binding agreement? I don't get this because I have no problem turning around and saying like, yeah, I agreed to that because you had a gun in my back, bro. I totally don't actually agree with that. Sorry. Next time you want someone to agree to something. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's make a decision. Casey thinks that they, the Tweedles, work for Crane. Ruben says, I hate these guys. Yeah, obviously I hate these guys too. I hate these guys more than the murderer just because they are, first of all, knocking us out, getting into trouble. They're totally obstinate. And now this, I think the world would be a better place if they weren't around. So, now that he's already interrupted the funeral, I'm kind of the attitude of, what's a fart when you've already crapped your pants? Right? Like, well, we've already caused problems. We're already going to hear about it. So we might as well say, D, stop this shit. Ooh. Or do we just... Do we just say it's about Crane? Because that's what they wouldn't like. They want us to keep our mouths shut, but they didn't say that. I say we say, D, stop this shit.
That it ain't any of your...
What deal? Stop this shit. Right now.
Exactly our intention. He's been a good sport. Consider the shit stopped.
Transformations are going on.
What did I tell you? What did I say?
Holly's
Holly?
pissed.
Think you motherfuckers could come here uninvited? You think you can just fucking interrupt Lily's funeral?
Calm down, darling. It was just a simple business transaction.
You fucking freaks are not.
Oh man, they're pissed. Holly says, you freaks are not welcome. Do we say, calm down, Holly? Do we say, I'll handle this? Or do we say, it's not worth it? So, I don't think we should calm Holly down. I'm totally on her side. If I'm being honest, I would love if Holly, who's now in troll form, and Grendel, who's now in his full Grendel one-arm form, indicating, Ruben, by the way, that it has saved our decisions from the past, because in Chapter 1, we did rip off Grendel's arm. So, yes, I am glad it saved our responses. But getting back to the point, I don't want to calm Holly down. In fact, there's a part of me that wants this to just totally West Side Story this thing. Ba-da-da. And see these jets tear these sharks apart. Or do we say, I'll handle this, and perhaps it will allow us to transform and beat the crap out of the Tweedles? Or do we try to de-escalate the situation by saying, hey everyone, it's not worth it? Casey says, I'll handle this, meaning we'll get in here and rip them to shreds, I hope. I hope this is when we finally just do it.
Getting away with this.
Holly, don't move.
Holly, let me handle this.
Yeah, let's spare all the fuss. It's just a dead hole.
I didn't want to tell Holly
I'm gonna
that.
kill you!
They shot Holly! Oh my goodness, Grendel
I got
tackles
it, Dum.
Tweedle. Oh, we gotta... I'm going for the gun. We're in action mode. We go after Tweedle. Q! Ah! Trying to get the gun from him. Got the gun from him. Oh no, Grendel's been shot. We've been shot! Oh my goodness. We're down. I guess we should have de-escalated. We didn't stand a chance against a shotgun. Holly is blasted in the chest. We were blasted in the shoulder. Holly's looking not so good. Snow looks up. She's giving us the whole she's dead type of look. Now it's going to the intro credits. Telltale Games presents A Telltale Story by Adam Hines and Ryan Kaufman. My goodness. So Casey, the best way I can describe this, imagine the Tweedles standing side by side. And I didn't know that both of them had shotguns because only one shotgun was out. We said Holly will handle this. Holly charges. Tweedle will say it was D. Just blasts Holly right in the chest. Grendel then grabs Tweedle D by the shotgun and is wrestling him. In the meantime, we go to tackle Tweedledum, but he pulls out a shotgun, shoots us in the shoulder. It's all bad stuff. Now, episode 3, A Crooked Mile. Maybe they are the murderers. We're now in the Fable business office, the Woodland building at 11:43
I did as
PM.
well as I could to take out the buckshot, but there's still some shards left embedded in your shoulder. They'll eventually worm their way out on their own, but until they do, you're going to be sore.
Bigby, Dr. Swinehart was appointed Fabletown physician for a reason.
Oh, thank you.
It's okay. There's only one thing you have to take away from all this.
I was wondering who that
Take it
was.
easy.
Our arms all bandaged up.
Don't go looking for any more fights.
The doctor, who's wearing a suit and holding a doctor's bag, is beside us. The magic mirror is broken, and the flying monkey is picking up the shards of glass from the broken mirror. But the doctor says, don't go looking for any more fights. Do we say, I have to find Crane? Do I ask how everyone else is? Or do I ask Snow how she's doing? I think the baddest ass thing to say, BA, would be, Snow, how are you doing? It's like the best thing. In fact, time out, quick story time with old Professor Gerding here. This is a little bit of a bragging story, but I said it because I thought it was the funniest thing. So I lived in California for a year, in San Diego, And one of the superior forms of transportation in San Diego was skateboarding. So I would skateboard all around town that I could. In fact, I was very fortunate that where I lived was up a hill compared to where I worked. So I could skateboard to work every day without even having to pedal the skateboard. I could just cruise down all the way to work. And it was like a good 2-mile distance. So pretty close, but it was nice that I could skateboard down to work every morning. So I hop on my skateboard and I'm on the sidewalks, not in traffic, going past a lot of traffic because skateboards don't have to worry about traffic. Anyway, point is, truck pulls out from a parking lot right in front of me and just nails me, right? So I go flying in the air, skateboard goes shooting out into the road, whatever, and I bite it bad. We're talking blood on my face, all down my elbows. I'm just one big raspberry, raw, charred meat. And the whole scabs, it lasted about 3 weeks before my flesh was back to normal. But it was these two dudes, and they get out of the truck, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And my response was, "Are you okay?" Classic. Classic. Oh, Robin's here. Oh, Robin, you missed a lot, Robin. You've missed a good 40 minutes, and whoo, what a 40 minutes you missed. But we're going to say, Snow, are you okay? Are you okay,
Strain
Snow?
off your heart. And try and get some rest.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Is she?
She's fine, Bigby. I had everyone that got wounded sent home. Holly refused to let me see where she lived, so I left her and Grendel back at her bar with a dose of juniper and spring water.
Oh, Holly's alive.
Just remember what I said. The stitches won't hold up if you continue to act like you normally do. Everything in moderation.
Looks like those stitches aren't going to hold up because we're on it. We'll say, I'll try, it's not up to me, or too bad. Do we show our anger and get tough and say, well, too bad, these stitches aren't going to last? Do we say, I'll try? I don't think so. Or do we say, it's not up to me? What do we say here? What do we say? I think we either go with too bad or it's not up to me. Because obviously it's not up to me. It says it depends on how well the Tweedles behave, because I'm going to rip their heads off. Or do we say too bad? Let's say 50-50. I'm gonna roll my good 10-sided die. Odd, we'll say too bad. Even, it's not up to me. And what do I roll? I rolled a 5. Woo! So that's odd. We're saying too bad. I don't think it makes a big
eat
deal.
more chicken. Your blood pressure's through the proverbial roof.
Taking it easy's not really my thing, Doc.
Well, whatever your thing is, try and make it work better for you next time.
The phone rings. Snow grabs it.
Business office. I know, I'll have to call you back.
She hangs up.
The town is starting to find out.
Well, I'll leave you two to it then. Miss White? Bigby?
Miss White. By the way, we don't have our shirt on. Our arms all bandaged up. Wow, we're a handsome fellow. We got a good build here going on.
So, to recap,
Crane watched me through the magic mirror uncover his room at the open arms, and then he smashed it so we couldn't use it ourselves to go after him. And we know this because Buffkin was drinking in the rafters.
Nice, Buffkin.
That about cover it?
and once he puts all the pieces back together, it'll be easy to catch Crane. So, I guess that's the plan, currently.
I guess that's the plan. Do we just wait for the mirror? Crane's getting away? Or do we ask if she has any other leads? You know, call me crazy. I don't care about Crane as much as I care about the Tweedles. Those are the ones I want on a pike, obviously. So, just wait for the mirror? I don't think that's an option. We're not just going to sit here. This game isn't, oh, let's just wait for the mirror. I mean, that's a smart, safe thing to do. No. We'll say any other leads. Any other leads. Robin, have fun. Thanks for watching while you can. All right. Ruben agrees. We're going to say any other leads.
I don't know.
There's no other leads. This is it. Just wait for the mirror.
Yeah. What the hell is going on?
Let's not wait for the mirror.
Just-
Come on.
I don't know what the Tweedles get out of this. I don't know if Crane sent them. I don't know if... I mean, this is gonna sound crazy, but do you really think Crane did it? Everything points to...
Everything seems to point to him. He's behind everything. I think he killed Illy. Or do we say I'm not sure? Well, the honest answer is I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know.
Him, I get it, but do you really think he killed those women?
I'm as confused as you are, to be honest. I don't know.
I don't know.
It just doesn't make sense.
He was a conniver, a coward, a liar.
Yeah.
And I'll always hate him for that.
Same.
And I'll hate him for how he held me in his thoughts.
Yeah.
But murdering prostitutes?
Ow!
Everything okay over there?
Yes, Miss White. I just cut myself on a piece of the glass. Nothing to worry about.
Thanks for tonight, by the way. That could have gone really terribly.
Oh, she's thanking us for tonight. All right. Looks like we made some good decisions there. Do we say anytime? Do we say I feel bad for Holly? Or do we say the Tweedles got away? We're saying the Tweedles got away because, let's be honest, that's all I care about. I'm with you, Ruben. Ruben says, I want the Tweedles. Yeah! Oh! This game will not get a good review from me if we don't get vengeance upon the Tweedles. Ah. Casey, or Ruben says, but it did go terrible. Yeah, it did go terrible. I agree. Now, the nice empathic answer would be, I feel bad for Holly. And we do. But I'm sorry. Yeah, obviously I feel bad about Holly.
I mean, even worse than it did. I'm glad you were there.
I just can't fucking stand that they got away.
We'll catch up to them, Bigby. You did enough.
Yeah. Snow looks at
Can
us.
I, ask you a question?
You just did, Snow. It's my least favorite
kind of
question.
Personal.
All right. I like personal questions. What's on your mind? Let's keep this professional, or sure. So sure and what's on your mind are basically the same answer. So let's go on what's on your mind.
And I don't want to offend you, but after tonight...
Why? What's on your mind?
It's just... when stuff hits the fan, like it did tonight, it feels like before we came to the city. It feels kind of like home. And I've heard it said that maybe in some tiny little bottled up way deep inside, you kind of enjoy it when things go wrong. Because it gives you an excuse.
Because it gives us an excuse to be the big bad wolf. Do we say, so what if I do like it? Do we ask her why bring this up? Or do we defensively say, no, I don't enjoy it? Do we enjoy it? As video game players, us as third-party members watching a show, yeah, we kind of enjoy it. It's intense, it's engaging, it's interesting. Heck yeah, we enjoy it. I love this game and how meta it is. Because as an audience member, we feel one thing, but we have to try our best to imagine we're actually in the situation. Because it's really easy to be a third person and just say, let them eat cake! And be entertained a la Colosseum style back in the gladiator times. And I think that's actually a big issue with society today, if you think about it, with social media. Because social media is not some place where we go to be entirely rational. No. We love this whole de-individuation that happens. We love this mob effect. We love what's the latest upsetting thing that we can get behind and watch. Oh, let me get my popcorn while I see who's being shamed this week. And people just like, yeah, that's horrible. And they get to throw in their own comments, just like they're cheering at the Coliseum. But that really uninvolves the human experience, because we want to be empathic as we possibly can, not just for the sake of the specific victims or the perpetrators, but potentially because of society and ourselves. I think it's a much healthier thing to truly understand what would you want to happen if you were in this situation. So I think if I was Big B, I would want things to be cool, calm, and collective. So I would say, no, I don't enjoy it. But there's an exclamation mark after it. No, I don't enjoy it. meaning we're being a little too defensive there. So I'm going to go with what Casey recommends. And Casey says, why bring this up? Why bring this up?
Just, you know, stop pretending.
Why even bring this up?
I guess it doesn't matter.
Hey, guys?
Well, that ended
We
that
have a
conversation
problem.
abruptly. Didn't
What is
like
it?
that
I
result.
can't finish the mirror. It's missing a piece.
Of course.
What do you mean, missing a piece?
What do we mean missing a piece? Obviously, Crane took a piece because he was smart to know that, oh, this mirror can be repaired like almost everything in the world of fables. So I think that's a natural conclusion. Crane must have taken it. Must have, right?
Yes, it's not here.
I regret
He must
not
have
saying
taken a shard with him.
we don't like it.
I can't believe this.
I saw Crane pick something up after he smashed it. I'm sorry, I didn't realize what it was until now.
Well, the mirror can't work unless it's whole.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Or what, Buffkin? What? We sit around and wait until it mends itself?
Calm down,
We have
Snow.
no idea how long that will take. We're just gonna have to do this the hard way.
I'm just saying, waiting is an option.
I'm just saying, waiting is an option. Ugh, Buffkin. What's the hard way? How long will the mirror take, or I'll find Crane myself? I'm curious what the hard way is. What's the hard way? What is the hard way? Yeah, I still regret that interaction with Snow. I feel like the game let us down a little bit. I still love this game. But if it was me and I said, why even ask this Snow? She's like, oh, never mind, forget it. Like, no. I want to be clear. I don't enjoy it. But why bring this up now? Is there something going on that makes you want to ask this? Do you believe that I enjoy it? Because I don't. But anyway, let's get to the moment at hand. How long will the mirror take? I'll find Crane myself. Seems like the exit strategy. I think we're going to ask the question, what is the hard way? Waiting
No.
is not an option,
We can't
says
depend
Casey.
on the mirror.
I agree.
What exactly is the hard way?
We'll look through his things, his desk, everything. He had to have left something that tells us where he's going. He's a neat freak, but he was never that smart.
Yeah.
Smart enough to take a piece of the mirror. We can still solve this ourselves. I know that
Never mind that. Come help me look.
Let's do it. Let's look for clues. I'm assuming we'd have just jumped right to this if we said we're going to find Crane ourselves. All right, we're looking around here. There's Buffkin. Got the magic lamp. We got this card catalog, desk system going on here. Walking around. Whoop. We have his desk. Snow's looking through his desk right now. Let's look on top of his desk. Let's see what we can find there. Man, Bigby is taking his gosh darn time walking there. All right, we stand next to Snow and look at his desk. Oh, there's plenty of things on his desk. There is an inbox. Let's examine the inbox. Oh, there's a key in there. Is it to 207?
What is it?
It's the key to his room at the Open Arms.
You still haven't told me what was in there.
No, but we showed you.
I want to know.
Okay, let's just be honest with her. Crane's fantasy of you, blood and flowers. Sounds like the most direct answer because, yeah, it was blood and flowers. Stick to the facts.
I need to know.
Snow's tough.
A lot of blood and flowers.
Let's respect her
I
strength.
keep thinking back. I keep replaying moments in my head. Interactions with him when he'd catch me in the elevator or bump into me outside. There's only so much you can repress, you know?
There's only so much you can repress. One of the defense mechanisms, as talked about by Anna Freud. Yeah, Sigmund Freud mentioned defense mechanisms, but it was his daughter that actually defined the different types of defense mechanisms. We're talking repression, projection, reaction formation, intellectualization, rationalization, denial. All these great defense mechanisms. But I'm geeking out on psychology, sorry. Snow saying she can only repress so much. We can say you couldn't have known. We can say what else is there? Or do we assure her that we'll get him? Casey says maybe the lamp will help. One thing you have to realize, Casey, is that when we walk around the world, some items are highlighted very clearly. So it's not a sandbox game, if you will, where you can do anything you want with anything. No, you can only interact with the objects it allows you to, and the lamp wasn't something it allowed us to interact with. So we just go around clicking on anything it will let us click on. That's part of the game world. All right, we're going to say we'll get him, because we will. We're going to get him. We'll get him. We'll get him.
Don't worry, Snow. We'll get him.
She looks upset still.
Come on, let's keep looking.
All right, let's keep on looking through this desk. There's 3 letters on the desk. So obvious. So funny. Let's look at the first one. It says, Ichabod Crane, are there any updates on the extra funding I requested? As I explained in my last letter, the conditions here could do with some improvement. I'm seeing some unrest from the residents, and I have to admit I can see why. The farm should not be a punishment. I'm sure you're busy, but I think this should be made a priority. Best, Waylon Smith. Okay? I'm not seeing too much in here that would be a clue. Perhaps something about the farm. Waylon Smith is a new name that we don't know. So that's interesting. And there's a new location, the farm. So maybe he's going to the farm that needs some type of repair. So there's one location we can check out, is the farm, which is in disrepair and in need of some updates. So anyway, we put the letter down and let's check out the second letter. The second letter says, Dear Mr. Ichabod Crane, I'm writing to ask again that you please send someone to fix the air conditioning in our unit. It's burning up in the apartment and Pinocchio says his skin is splintering. I don't know what that means, but I assume it's something gross, and I'd really like it if you'd fix the air like we asked you 3 months ago. At the very least, provide us a fan in the meantime. Sincerely, Boy Blue. And interestingly, it's written in blue ink. So Boy Blue is basically saying the air conditioner is broken and needs to be fixed. Because remember, we're in this apartment building here, and I'm assuming Ichabod's not only the mayor of Fabletown, but it sounds like he's the super for this apartment building. All right. Probably have time for the last letter before we have to end it for today. The last letter. Mr. Crane, you said you'd pay to have the plaster redone in my building after the last incident in 204. Oh. It's falling off the fucking walls. Please, fix it! Fix it written in all caps. Speaking of all caps, where's May today? No May today. I can't rent out that room as it is, and I've already been waiting for days in all caps. Not to mention you already promised me you'd send someone to fix the big crack in the glass on the front door. Well, guess what? It's worse now. Get your shit together, Mr. Toad. All right, so Toad's complaining that 204 is not been fixed up.
Crane ever do any work?
Only when Cole was around.
Okay, only when Cole was around. Where do we go from here? Interesting letters. Ruben says the farm is from a pound of flesh. I know! Such a good, oh, the farm's from a pound of flesh. Pound of flesh. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Is a pound of flesh? Oh, the farm! Ruben, you're referencing our mothership game, Pound of Flesh, and we have the farm on the Pound of Flesh. Yes, Pound of Flesh is by far what I think is one of the most concise works of art when it comes to role-playing games. But that's tangential, Ruben. Gotta get back into the game, and we gotta figure out what we're gonna do. Oh, there's a drawer here. There's also a drawer. I almost missed the drawer. The drawer is locked. But we tug it open. And in it is a book. We smile at Snow. Snow smiles at us. And now we have a book to examine. Next time in the episodes of Fun at One, what is in the book that was locked away in Ichabod Crane's office will lead us to our next location. Will we find Ichabod Crane? Is he guilty of murder or someone setting him up? It sounds maybe like Tweedledee and Tweedledum were hired by a third party to set him up. Oh my goodness, it's almost 2. We gotta get going. Leave your comments, questions, concerns. Let me know what's going on. Let me know your thoughts. I want to hear them, but we got to get out of here before it's 2, because magically, kind of like Cinderella and midnight, everything just dissolves. That's the same thing here with us at Fun at 1. So we gotta go before it's 2. Bye, everybody. See you Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.